Oh man, this is one intense game right now. Oh, I wonder if I'll win. And I just lost my 99th game of Tetris 99. Great! Great. Jerry! Whoa, oh my god, whoa, Jesus, you scared me for a second there. What's up, boss? So we're remaking The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Switch, and we need a brand new art style to go with it, and you are the person for the job. What do you think you can do for us? Why not just make it like the art style of A Link Between Worlds? People seem pretty happy with that, why not just go for it again? No, we need something that revolutionizes the entire franchise of The Legend of Zelda. Are you up to it? I hear you, I hear you. Alright, give me a few days and I should be able to cook something up in no time. People will be amazed by what I have. Don't you worry, boss. Don't you worry. Alright, boss. I think I've just done it. Jerry, you a goddamn genius. You're promoted! Man, I sure hope the fans don't hate this. This new art style is really weird. So when The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Switch was first announced, the first thing that caught my eye was just the really bizarre art style. So obviously, if you can tell, they're going for the Game Boy look with Link with his big black pupils. It's exactly what they're going for. They're trying to go basic is what it seems like, more childlike. It's just a certain aesthetic that looks a lot more cutesy than the regular Zelda game. And it seems I'm not the only one who has weird conflicting thoughts on this, because there are a lot of people online and it's been a pretty big debate within the Zelda community over the art style of Link's Awakening. Now, this is interesting because this isn't the first time this has happened. In fact, this is one of multiple times where the art style for a new Zelda game has been heavily criticized or just been very conflicting. So I think the first game that did this, the first notable game, was of course the Wind Waker. That went for the Toon Link, really toon, cartoony art style. People did not like it at first. They wanted the super grudgy, dark Zelda game, which you ended up getting with Twilight Princess. But then people learned to like it. They really started to enjoy the art style. Then we got the remake on the Wii U, and now everybody loves the Wind Waker. So that's the first time it happened. I think it's a really cute art style, but it's not the only time it happened. So obviously we had Twilight Princess, it was dark, and that wasn't really controversial. But Skyward Sword was a game that did go for a really different art style. It went for like a pastel type art style where everything looked like it was like painted. It was kind of like a blend between Toon Link and the Link from Twilight Princess. It was kind of, if you met the middle ground of that, that's what you get with Skyward Sword, and it looked good. I think it looked pretty good, but it was also, I feel like that was a pretty controversial topic point, but it looked good either way. But one of the most recent examples where the art style was, not really the art style specifically, but more the way Link looks, and that was Breath of the Wild. So when Breath of the Wild was first revealed on Wii U, when it was just called Zelda U, Link was revealed at the very end of the trailer, and he looked weird. Everybody said he looked like a girl, he looked too anime, and then what do you know now? Everybody loves Link, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about Link's art style since. I've never heard it complain. So what I'm trying to get at here is that while the art style for this new Link's Awakening remake may be weird now, and I still think it's weird, I am pretty confident that over time, or even when the game releases, that all the complaints will probably go away. Because I see loads of people conflicting, and I see people shouting at others for not liking it, and I see vice versa, and I think that's really unfair. We're allowed to, you know, think what we want to think. It is kind of weird having such a basic kiddie-like art style. It's something Zelda hasn't really done before. It's of course went for really cartoony. Even with Four Swords or Triforce Heroes, they never did that either. They looked more like A Link Between Worlds, which I think is an amazing game. But basically, I would just wait, because we haven't seen too much of the game. In fact, the footage we got was probably like 30 seconds, because most of it was that anime art thingy, which looked amazing. It would have been so cool if it was a hand-drawn art style, but that's also a sidetracky thing. But basically, just don't worry about the art style. If you're conflicted about the art style, you're perfectly valid and you're perfectly okay, and if you don't like it, then express your thoughts. You're perfectly valid for not liking the art style, but I would just like to remind you, this has happened multiple times, not just once with Wind Waker, but with Skyward Sword, with Breath of the Wild. I'm sure there's so many more examples that I haven't even said, and they've still gone with it's what Zelda does. Zelda experiments with different art styles. It's done it so many times, and it's always something new. It's always something fresh, and every time it feels like it works. Like, Wind Waker definitely works, especially Wind Waker HD. That game, that looks so good. Twilight Princess a bit dark, it didn't age as well, and I feel like this is definitely a game that is going to age really well because of the distinct art style. Distinct art style games always age better than the ones that try and go super realistic, because games like nowadays are going to age when the technology goes super advanced and turns amazing. But this is definitely a game I feel like will stick for quite a long time before it starts looking a bit dated. That's just what I think. That was a small discussion about Zelda. So, thank you all for watching. What do you think of the art style? Let me know. I think it's weird, but you might think it's not weird, and you might like it, but I'm not the biggest fan of how Link looks, but maybe I'll grow to like it in the future. Thank you all for watching, my dudes. Peace out.